Temples have been around in Ninjago for a very long time and almost always play a major role, and are always one of the biggest sets as well. With that said, we were wondering how they rank against each other. Hey everyone, Hfmasters here, and today we will be ranking the Ninjago temples. At number 6 we have the smallest temple on this list, the Temple of Light. The temple really does suffer from its small size. It also lacks an interesting interior, however you can easily justify that the interior is empty because it needs to carry the golden mech. Sadly, the issues aren't over yet. Since it's so small, it does suffer from a weak exterior as well. While it is pretty unique, it just isn't big enough to really stand a chance against the other sets on this list. Moving right along, we have the second smallest temple and the newest one, the Temple of Resurrection. This temple's interior is already a massive improvement and actually has a unique feature that switches out different rooms for the Oni masks. It also has a few other features like trapdoors and of course the resurrection roof function. Not really sure what to call it, but we're going with it. However, I will say the exterior is again a little weak. Of course, it's a major step up from the Temple of Light, but my main issue with the exterior is the cave part. The cave part just feels bland. It doesn't have much interest, especially since both sides are exactly the same. Maybe some asymmetricality could have made it better. I don't know, it just feels a little bit bland, and bland is enough to keep it near the bottom of our list. Next up on our list we have the Fire Temple. This temple has such a beautiful exterior. I mean, I can't really say there's anything I don't like about it. It also does have the ability to split open, which is really cool. However, it does suffer a similar problem that the Temple of Light suffers. While it's more massive, the interior is pretty much empty, because they put the fire dragon there. Overall, it's a really good temple, and definitely good, but just doesn't have the interior to compete with the next three. Moving into the second half of the list, we start off with the Temple of Fortitude. This is overall a pretty good temple with a strong interior, unlike the last. It also has many features, my favorite being the hidden spring-loaded cannon. However, while the interior is by far the best we've seen on this list, I will say the exterior is somewhat weak. I absolutely don't at all like the green around the temple. It just doesn't work out. While I appreciate the uniqueness of the color scheme, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't click for me. Looking past that though, it still has a pretty good exterior. It's just the colors really kill it for me, and that's why we're keeping it at the number 3 spot on our list. Moving into the top 2, we have the Temple of the Ultimate Weapon. This temple arguably has one of the most unique exteriors, at least color-wise. Honestly, this is another temple where I like everything about the exterior. Of course, I will say that there are some small things like the scorpions, and for some reason the big red door that really makes the exterior shine. However, enough of the exterior. The interior, again, is really good. I think it's better than the Temple of Fortitude, mainly because it just has more to offer. My only complaint though would be the lack of space in the interior. You really can't put more than one minifig in a room. Overall though, it's still a really good temple, but there's still one more that's better than this. At number 1 we have the Temple of Jitsu. Of course, this probably wasn't much of a surprise. After all, it was a direct-to-consumer set, and at a time, the biggest Ninjago set ever. Of course, the exterior of this is fantastic, and honestly, there's not much to say. I just love it so much. The interior as well is really good. It has lots of space. However, I will say, in my opinion, it doesn't have as much as to offer compared to the previous temple on this list. Even still, though, this temple is just fantastic, and overall, takes our number 1 spot. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and of course check out some of our other ranking videos. But until next time, this is Hfmasters saying goodbye.